Hey team, so for excuse me, for today's team huddle, just wanted to cover or talk about just a few different strategies and techniques, and just really some check-in points in regards to self-assessment. Obviously in this time, summertime, most athletes, club non-varsity athletes, are going to be away from campus, away from the team and their kind of regular in school routines. So we all just naturally we walk out of the season and we automatically set goals. Hey, this off season I'm going to do X or Y or whatever it is. I'm going to put on 5, 10, 15, 20 pounds or whatever uh, during the off season before next season, whatever that goal is, right? We all set them. Hey, I'm going to relax, or I'm going to chill out, or do this better this period of time. And so, really, what I want to try and discuss or emphasize today is how are we measuring that? How are we tracking that? It's one thing to say, well, I'm going to, I want to do X or I want to do Y, and as the one quote says, right, that the difference between a goal and a dream is a game plan, or something along those lines. A goal is a dream with a plan, something like that. And so, we're probably all familiar with setting timelines, breaking down our goal into, okay, well, if I want to put on 20 pounds, that means that in the first month I got to put on 5. If I'm going to put on 5, it's X pounds per week or whatever it is, right? Breaking it down like that. But then, if we know that's what our micro goal is, or our smaller goal, what are we doing to make sure that we're on track with that? All right. If we say that we want to read a book, or we want to learn a certain language or something, and so uh, I guess kind of more of a question is, what are the athletes using? Obviously, there's tons of apps out there that can, that claim to help with this type of thing, and of course, they're all great, and it's the benefits of the technological age that we're in. But of course, some people don't want to pay for the app. It's 199 a month, or $7 for a lifetime, lifetime access to the app. Some people just don't want to do that, and that's fine. I'm certainly one of them. Right? Hey, why pay $7 when I can do the same thing here, or do it for free? So you know, it, probably the simplest solution, obviously, if it was it kind of work backwards, I guess. If you want, there's different apps. I think one is called Mindful, to where you set it's a daily check-in, right? So at the beginning or the end of every day, you basically program it to whatever your goal is. You break that goal down into habits. Hey, I want to increase my flexibility. Okay, well, if you break it down to, in order to do that, I need to stretch 20 minutes 3 or 4 days a week, or whatever it is, right? So you put that in as your habit. Every evening you go in and you just say, it's just simple yes or no. Did you do it or did you not? And then at the end of the week, you get to review it. You get to see kind of what was what was the pattern, right? What was your habits and your execution. So that's something there. Of course, that's one of the apps. There is a cost for it, and again, some people don't care for that, right? So what are some other ways to do it? Well, a simple solution is calendar events, setting reminders. I always I think it's interesting that, at least on my phone, the number of alerts is capped at 2, and there's certain events, certain activities that I do that I would certainly love more than 2 alerts. I'd love one 30 minutes prior. I'd love one 2 hours before. I'd love one the day before, or 12 hours before. As a good reminder, just to keep it kind of front of mind, right? Whatever that task is. But then there's also, say for example, if you did want to go with something more along the mindful app type of direction, well then, maybe creating a Google form, and just edit the questions to fit whatever it is that you're trying to achieve. So, let's say for example, if you're trying to improve your health, you break it down into micro habits and you say, okay, well, in order to do that, I'm going to go with, uh, you know drink 8 ounces of water as soon as I wake up. Right, I'm going to do 5 minutes of breathing, meditation, self-awareness, whatever you want to call it, right after I get my coffee. Right, I'm going to stretch for 15 minutes a day, or whatever it is, and you set up each question in there, yes, no, set the time if you want to try and judge the time, and then include that link in your calendar reminder for daily assessment. And maybe you set it for 8 o'clock, right? 8 o'clock every evening before you go to bed. Maybe you set it for 7 a.m. to review the day prior, and then at the end of the week, you can go into your answers, into the spreadsheet, and actually see, okay, I performed this habit 66% of the time, or whatever, and see what that is over the course of 12 months, or 12 weeks, whatever it is that you're that the timeline that you've set for that goal. Obviously, right now we're looking at the summer of success, right? The summer off period. So you're looking from now until Labor Day, and so you can set it there and then kind of look back and review. The other thing is, heck, just pen and paper, right? Pen and paper, get your diary, calendar, notebook, whatever you want to call it, and just do it in there. Set up the same thing, draw your own lines, that sort of stuff. But outside of besides the methodology, right? What you use to measure and to hold or stay accountable. All right, the bigger picture to it is just making sure that you stay on track, and I think that's where too many athletes, not just athletes, too many people in general, right? It's no problem coming up with the goal, or identifying or thinking about what it is that they want to achieve. What we all struggle with is staying true to it, right? Staying on task, staying on track. Just like New Year's resolutions, right? What's the statistics? How many resolutions uh, are thrown out pretty much by spring break, right? By Easter, because they don't set up that system, that accountability to themselves to stay on track with it. So, so that's the thing, to really emphasize with today's message is, assess. Don't just assess your outcomes, right? Assess the process as well. If you do have a new goal, break it down into what is that micro habit that I need to achieve it, and then give yourself the check-in, the accountability, the checkpoints to make sure that you're staying on track with it. Because as we said earlier, a goal is or a goal without a plan is just a dream, right? I guess if we flip it, and yeah, that's whether it's sports, whether it's fitness, whether it's work or personal life. Maybe it's spending 5 extra minutes with your partner, spouse, loved one, whomever. Maybe it's calling or texting a family member, a friend, something like that, right? Whatever aspect of your life you're trying to set that goal, eh, do that, and create the process and create the accountability so you stay on track with it. And of course, if you saw one of our posts recently where we um, talked about the holistic athlete, right? That you have the mind, body, emotion, the spirit, all in a good direction to really reach our best performances. And so there's nothing wrong with setting multiple goals in each bucket of our life. Having a goal to be more aware or control our emotions, having a goal to improve or better our spirituality. Whether that's religious faith or just spirituality and just belief in general. Whatever it is that you choose that works for you. Our nutritional goals, our performance and recovery, even our business goals. Maybe that means chatting to a mentor once a week or once every other week, something like that. But again, identify those different buckets and ways that we can keep ourselves on track, stay accountable, and definitely improve ourselves there. So a little bit short today, but again, key takeaway, right? Self-assessment. Make sure that we're creating the system, creating the platform that we can hold ourselves accountable, stay on track, and improve our chances of reaching our goals. So, as always, if you have any questions about this, if you're struggling with a goal that you've been chasing or been wanting to hit for a while, then send us a message, leave a comment, let us know. Send us an email, universalsportstrength.com, or sorry, universalsportstrength@gmail.com, and we'll be in touch. We'll set up a call and love to have you out. Otherwise, stay safe, stay healthy, keep working.